Hello everybody, my name is Mridul and today we are going to discuss the topic post-GATE guidance for GATE 2018 for EE branch. Okay. So first of all, I would like to congratulate all those who have done good in GATE 2018. Okay. Also, I know there will be many students who couldn't qualify GATE. Okay. So my heart and my wishes for those guys so that they can do good in future, and as the saying goes, keep trying. Okay. Now let's focus for the opportunities for those guys who have already done good in GATE 2018. So basically, when you give GATE and when you qualify GATE, there are some opportunities. There are, if you can categorize it, okay. Basically, there are three different types of options that you get after you crack GATE. So the options are as GATE was designed for higher studies. For example, M.Tech, MS and PhD, etc. Okay, in premier institutes of India, for example, IITs, IIScs and NITs. Okay. After that, through GATE, you also get some job related like research works, okay, research background, okay, for example, research careers, for example, DRDO, okay, and BARC, okay, also SRF and JRF, okay, research fellowship, okay, in some of the colleges or some of the premier institutes, okay, for some of the projects. After that, the best thing which has happened in GATE nowadays is the PSUs. Okay, so this is also a center of attraction for GATE, and more number of students are appearing every year. It's increasing, increasing every year as the number of PSUs joining GATE are increasing simultaneously. Okay, so one by one we will discuss in details about all these options. So the first option is higher studies. So let us discuss what are the options that we have in higher studies. Okay. Now you see, all these colleges, whether it is IITs or NITs, they to take through GATE. Now there is some kind of confusion in GATE when they give out their cutoff results. For example, some colleges give out their cutoff list in terms of GATE rank, some in terms of GATE score, some in terms of GATE marks. So let us understand what is GATE marks and score or something. So it's very simple, very simple. For example, the GATE exam is of 100 marks. So whatever you score in this 100, for example, say 50, 60, 70, 80, okay. So that will be your GATE marks. So this is absolute marks which you score out of 100. After that comes your GATE rank. So GATE rank is again a simple thing. Out of all the number of students, for example, in EE, the average students or approximate students that give GATE every year is around 1.5 lakhs. So out of that, what is the rank that you have got? Okay. So GATE rank generally starts from 1, 2, 3, 4 and it goes on. Okay. So it starts from that. That means the first rank is the best guy, okay, best performance we have done. Then comes the GATE score, which is a little bit confusing. Now, GATE score, this is rank. Now, GATE score is calculated out of 1000. Okay, there are some calculations, some formulas is there. Okay, now what happens is the formula is such that GATE score for the topper, okay, rank 1 will be automatically almost 1000 score. Okay, and then as the rank increases from 1 to 2 to 3 and so on, the score decreases from 1000, it goes to say 990, 900, 800 and so on, it goes on. Okay, so this is a basic idea. Okay, so that means the lower your rank is, the better, and the higher your score is, the better. Okay, So I hope it's very simple to understand, but let's not have any doubt while we see the cutoffs of different colleges. Okay. Now, once you crack GATE, there are many premier institutes in India. For example, the old IITs which we consider the best. For example, IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi, IIT Madras, and so on. And then IISc is of course there. Okay. So generally, we all of us will like to study in those premier institutes. Okay. So what we will do is, I will share the 2017 cutoff marks so that you get an idea whether you are going to get a call from that particular college or not. Okay, so that will be helpful for you. So the first college that I will be talking about is the top IITs and NITs. Okay, so before I go to that, you see in higher educations, again there are few options which I should discuss. That is, what are the options that you can do in these premier colleges is M.Tech or ME course. Okay, so the M.Tech and ME course is little bit job related, job orientation course. Okay, so it's a 2 years course. After that comes MS. So MS is basically a research based course. Okay, and it's a 3 years course. After that comes integrated course. So integrated course is again M.Tech plus PhD. Okay, so what happens in this particular course is you get your M.Tech degree as well as your PhD degree. What happens is the coursework that you have to do, if you do separately, suppose you do M.Tech separately and then go for PhD, then the coursework that you need to do is more. Whereas in this particular case, you can save your time particular. Okay, so directly you will do the M.Tech and then do some coursework and then generally start your project work, do your PhD, get both M.Tech and PhD degrees. Okay. After that comes, there are some management course also. For example, management course in IIT Kanpur, which is called IME, and then there are some other colleges, for example, NITIE, okay, Mumbai. So in NITIE Mumbai also some PG courses are there which we will go through later. Okay, we'll see. Also higher educations in foreign institutes. For example, Singapore. Okay, in Singapore there are two very famous universities, that is NTU, okay, National Technology, NUS and NTU. Okay. So also there are a few universities in Germany which takes through GATE score. Okay, so both this Germany and Singapore, these institutes they take through GATE. Okay, so let's see first of all the difference between M.Tech and MS, which I've already discussed. That is, in M.Tech it's generally 2 years course and MS is a 3 years course. So M.Tech first semester, second semester it will be coursework, and third and fourth will be project work. Okay. Also in the third and fourth semester there are options that you can go for companies. Okay. So in companies you can go and do your project based works in that particular companies. Also in MS what happens, there it is more research based, so internship is not there, whereas in M.Tech you can go for internship, whereas in MS generally people tend to do the project in that particular college. Okay, so you see in MS in semester 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all of these are project works. Okay, whereas only semester 1 is for course work. Now let us, since we got the idea what are the different courses which we can opt for, now let us see what is the cutoff that generally goes in these different premier institutes. Okay, so first one we will take the example of IISc. Okay, now in IISc, okay, for EE there are around 7 to 8 courses which we can opt for. Okay, now I will be sharing with you the cutoff scores, okay, for general, OBC, SC and ST, all of them. For example, and this cutoff is for written for M.Tech course. Okay, so for M.Tech, to get into M.Tech in IISc, you need to be selected. Okay, so to get selected in that, they give a cutoff, and then they select students, and then once you get selected, you have to go there, give the written, and once you qualify for the written, then there will be interview, and you will be getting through for the M.Tech course. Okay, so mind you, this is M.Tech course. So you see, there are courses, for example, microelectronic systems, system engineering, signal processing, electrical engineering, nanoscience and engineering, electronic system engineering, computational and data science. So these are the courses where you are eligible to apply, given that you have a GATE qualification in EE. Okay, EE paper. So if you are qualified in this EE paper, then you can be applying in this particular courses. And the cutoff that in this particular courses are, in microelectronics, as we can see in your PPT, it's 860, okay, for general, and OBC it's around 723, SC around 757, and ST around 600. And so this is the score in this particular branch or microelectronic system is very high as compared to the other branches. Okay, then again in electrical engineering, which most electrical engineers prefer, and in this particular branch, if you see, the score is general it's 700, and then OBC it's 650, SC it's 450, and ST is 400. Okay. Now in electrical engineering, the focus is on power systems, power electronics, etc. Okay. Also, one of the important branches is this electronic system engineering. This is also focuses on power electronics branch. Okay, there is a very good research going on for power electronics department in this electronic system engineering. Okay, here also in last year the cutoff was for general it was around 700, OBC 630, SC 500, and ST 467. Then there is a branch in nanoscience and engineering, which is related to nanoscience, which we all know. So if you are interested in nanoscience, you can also approach for that. Then again, signal processing and system engineering, it's somewhat related to EC. Okay, so if you like signal processing, you can go for these courses. Then there is one more course, which is computational and data science. This is a combined combination of computer science and electrical engineering. Basically here the mathematics part of computer science will be taught. It's a very interesting branch, and if you're interested in computer science background and going to that, so you can go opt for this particular branch. Okay, here also the general for general the score was around 700, OBC 650, SC and ST around 400 and 450. Okay, so that's all. So this is the cutoff of M.Tech. Now there are other ways also to go to the IISc. For example, they also take direct admission. If your rank is less than 150, there are chances that you will get into that because the seats are limited. So by the time your rank goes around 100 to 150, maximum 150. Okay, here I have written less than 50 because the seats are very, very limited and seats are not fixed. Every year the seats are sometimes it varies, the percentage of students they take for direct admission. Generally, even if the seats are fixed, sometimes the priorities of students are also different. So it varies from 100 to 50. Okay, so if you are below 50, then you can expect a direct admission in ME. Okay, in IISc. Okay, or if you want to go to M.Tech, then as you all know, we have to get qualified in that cutoff list and then apply for that. Go for written and then interview. Also, there is some research program in this particular college, which is MS. So in MS program, also there will be a written test and interview. Okay. Now the next college we will be talking about, or the next university rather we will be talking about, is IIT Bombay. So IIT Bombay again has a similar way of written test for TA and also for RA. Okay, so TA teaching apprentice and RA research apprentice. So you see, if you give GATE in EE, in Bombay there are 5 courses which you can take, that is communication engineering, control and computing, electronics and power system, microelectronics and electronics. Okay, here also as you can see, if you score more than 510, then chances are there in general category, the chances are there that they will be selecting you and they will be calling you for written tests. Okay, so here for all the branches, the scores that the cutoff scores that for applying that they have kept is same, that is for general 510, OBC 459, SC 340 and ST also 340. Okay. In IIT Bombay also there is a provision of direct admission if your rank is less than 150. Chances are there that you will get into the institute directly. Okay. Also, as I have already said, M.Tech, TA, you can get into this. Also, M.Tech in RA, okay, research apprentice is there. Again, this course is a 3-year course. For this also there is a written test which we have to apply. Okay. Again, there are interdisciplinary courses are there in IIT Bombay. If you search, you'll get it. There are, for example, if you gave GATE EE, you are eligible to opt some of the courses of some other branches, which is known as interdisciplinary branch. So options are there, you can go, but generally people do not go, do not take that, but there are, you can try. If you, for example, there is a course called energy. Okay, so you can opt for that particular course. So there will be lists and there will be spot admission for such courses. Okay, you have to apply and then you have to go for spot admission. Okay. After that, let's discuss about the next university, that is IIT Madras. So here again there are around 5 courses that we can take by giving EE, that is communication and signal processing, power system and power electronics, microelectronics and VLSI design, control and instrumentation, microelectronics and photonics. As you can see the PPT, last year the highest cutoff which was which went for the course was microelectronics and VLSI design. In general, the highest cutoff was 838, OBC 717, SC 606 and ST 423. And the lowest cutoff, if you see, went for communication and signal processing, that is for general it was 740, OBC 691, 593 for SC and ST 308. Okay. So generally in this way we can also see the cutoffs for IIT Delhi, and IIT Delhi also there are around 5 to 6 courses. For example, control and automation, where the cutoff was 760 for general, for OBC 690 and so on for SC and ST. The branch here which is very given importance, it is integrated electronics and circuit. Okay, this is a very good branch. And as you can see, the cutoff in this particular branch is also high, that is 830 for general, OBC 750, SC 620 and ST 450. And then comes power system, okay, whose general score was 755, OBC 715 and so on for SC and ST. Okay, so you see there are many other IITs which will be coming, generally by preference order. If you see, after this comes IIT Kanpur. So here also, if you compare the microelectronics and VLSI display technology, this particular course, the cutoff was the highest for this course, which is 807, and OBC it's 691, SC and ST 550 and SC it was 0. Okay. In IIT Kanpur also you can see there are other courses which for example, power engineering, signal processing, communications and networks, RF, microwaves and photonics, control and automation. Okay. There may be other courses also, okay, but these are the most important courses which I have, selected, so that it's core. It's very related to EE, and it's a core of reality EE, I can say. Okay, so I'm not saying that you cannot apply in any other branches in these colleges. There may be some other branches which we have to see for which EE is, applicable. But these are the branches which are very, very famous, and for all the colleges which I have selected is very, very famous, and people opts for. Okay. Now, if you see the course microelectronics, if you compare with IIT Mumbai, so in IIT Mumbai, you see this is a cutoff score of 510, but here only you will be selected for written. But once you get selected for written, then the interview level is also there, where they do a lot of filter. Okay, but this microelectronics is very, very preferred branch. Here also you see in IIT Madras, the microelectronic branch, it's 838 cutoff. After that, here a similar branch in IIT Delhi is integrated electronics and circuits. Here also the cutoff is 830. Here again in IIT Kanpur, VLSI microelectronics 807. So you can understand that this particular branch is preferred in all the premier institutes by the student. Why? Because generally the reason is the jobs that are from these particular branches are higher as compared to other branches. Okay. Now after that comes IIT Kharagpur. In IIT Kharagpur also the machines, drives and power electronics went for the highest cutoff, that is 858 in general, OBC 784, SC 727 and ST 412. Control system engineering 802 for general, and OBC 741 and SC and ST follows, and power and energy system is 790 general score. Okay, and OBC 730. Similarly, instrumentation and signal processing, it's 824 and OBC 687 and SC 533 and ST 487. So these are the courses in IIT Kharagpur. This is the first list. Okay, you can get an idea. And in IIT Kharagpur, they also give many lists as the seats are vacated. Sometimes what happens is people take the admission and then they can withdraw the admission. So as the seat gets vacated, they again give second list and third lists and also waiting list in IIT Kharagpur. Okay. After that, IIT Guwahati again, VLSI and power control is there, for which the general score is 642, OBC 606, SC 375 and ST 359. For power and control, it's 624 for general and OBC 524. Okay. For IIT Hyderabad, there is only one branch, which is power electronics and power system, for which the general is 744 and OBC 651. Now, there are also other IITs, okay, the newer IITs, which will come in sequence, if you have understood. So, by this, you will get a basic idea of how much score is required to get into IITs. As simple as that. Okay. So, generally what we can see is, if you have a score of around more than 600, then you will be able to go into the written exams of IIT Bombay. If you want to go for written in M.Tech, in IISc, you need to have a score of more than 750 or 720, 730. I'm talking about general. If you are from OBC or some other SC and ST, then you can reduce the scores by generally the list that I have shared. Okay, so you can get an idea by how much you can reduce the scores. So generalization, which I am just taking a very rough generalization, I'll take, that is, if you are general and if your score is around 600, then you should apply for IIT Bombay and prepare well for the written test and hope so you make it to that. Okay, and then there is again interview. If your score is around more than 800, 850, you should be applying for written in IISc, and good chances are there that you will be getting into IIT Kharagpur, okay, or IIT Delhi. Okay, so in IIT Delhi, they directly call for interview. Okay, so in this way you got an idea what to do. Now, these are the top IITs, and IIT Roorkee is there obviously, and there are some other IITs also. So let's not go much into the newer IITs right now. So what I'll do is, what we got an idea is to get in the top IITs and IIScs, what to do. Now let us go and see what are the other options. Okay, for example, now there are top NITs. Okay, so how to get into top NITs? So what happened is, these IITs conduct their examinations separately. Okay, each IIT will be conducting their own written or interviews separately, whereas these NITs, they came together and they formed a common platform or common counseling platform, which is known as CCMT. Okay, so this common counseling is done for all the NITs, and then they give a cutoff list for round 1, round 2, round 3, and then spot counseling. So what I'll be doing is, I'll be sharing with you the cutoff of third round. Okay, so in third round, what was the minimum score which went, through that, so that you can be getting into the top NITs, for example, NIT Trichy. So in NIT Trichy, if you see the power electronics, okay, which went, the cutoff score for power electronics was 723 in general, in OBC 659, SC 485, and ST 403. Similarly, for power system, it was 706, 643 for OBC, SC and ST 516 and 452. There is also, it's an advice from my side, that there is a branch in Trichy where if you give GATE in EE, also then you can apply for VLSI in Trichy, which is a EC department. Okay, so there is basically, what they do is, this EC department, they divide the groups into group 1 and group 2. In group 1, only EC students can apply for VLSI. In group 2, some other branches also can apply for this course, which is VLSI. Okay, and this is a very, very good course. The placements is also very, very good. Okay, so the cutoff which went for this VLSI with EE, okay, with the EE is 748. That means group 2. Okay, so 748, and OBC was around 649. SC and ST was around 479 and 347. Okay. After that comes NIT Warangal. In the third counseling, third round, the power electronics and drives for general was around 684, OBC 618, SC 430, and ST 470. And for power system, it was general went for around 664, OBC 598, SC and ST was around 412 and 351. Okay, so I hope you get an idea of getting into the last chance to get into NIT safely. You cannot wait for spot round, that's very risky. So in a safe way to get into NIT is minimum score, if you want to go to Warangal, is around more than 650 for general, and if you want to go to Trichy, is around again 600 or more than 700. So it should be, if you are more than 720, so chances are there that it will get into NIT Trichy. Okay. Now these colleges, NIT Trichy and NIT Warangal, both has a very, very good placements in EE as well as EC branch. Okay. So that's why sometimes students I've seen that they prefer these two NITs. Nowadays, NIT Surathkal is also doing good. So sometimes they prefer these three NITs more than the newer IITs. Okay. For example, IIT Bhubaneswar, IIT Gandhinagar, IIT Ropar, IIT Mandi. So these are the newer IITs. So sometimes students prefer these top NITs, okay, more than the other new IITs. Okay. So now it's completely up to you what you want, whether you want the tag of IIT or you are more focused about career and job. So if you want the tag of IIT, you can go to new IITs. If you want job security, after 2 years you directly want to go to job, then it's better to go to NIT Trichy or NIT Kharagpur. Anyways, I'm not saying that new IITs does not have job, but compared to these two universities, it's little bit less. And hope they're doing better year after year. Okay. So this is the whole scenario of NITs and IITs. Okay. So basically, the preference as a summary, I'll just summarize whatever we have done now. So if you write down these institutes according to the preferences the student has done till now. Okay, what is preferred more is students preferred group 1. If we say students mainly prefer to go to IISc and then IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi, and so on, and the old IITs after that. After that comes group 2, which is IIT Guwahati, IIT Hyderabad, or the top NITs. So any of these institutes. After that, group 3, the new IITs. Okay. After that, group 4, the old NITs, but not the top NITs. For example, IIT Rawalpindi, which is good. Okay. Then MNIT, which is good. And similarly, there are other NITs which are good, but the placements is not great, but good. Okay. And then IISTs, for example, IIST Shibpur. Okay. And then group 5 comes the good universities, which also sometimes takes through GATE, for example, DTU, okay, and there are other universities which directly takes through GATE, that is BITS Pilani, COE Pune, okay, College of Engineering Pune, etc. Okay, there are other good universities which you can get into these universities. Okay, so I hope so I'm able to give you a rough idea that if you know what is your score. Once you get your score, you'll be getting the idea which college, its possibilities or chances are there to get into which college. So you prepare accordingly. Okay, because preparation is needed in these IITs for written as well as interviews. Okay. So after that, now let's talk about one more college, that is NITIE Mumbai. So the course name here is PGDIE. Okay, this is a postgraduate course which directly takes through GATE. Okay, so the procedure to get into this course is they will select you on the basis of GATE score. Then there will be a GD and then interview. Okay. Now the good thing about this particular institute is the package is very, very high, and it's a management postgraduate management level course. Okay, industrial, basically it's an industrial course. Okay, and the average package goes around 13 to 14 lakhs per annum. Okay. After that, there is one more very good option, which is in IISc Kolkata, that is Indian Statistical Institute. Okay, here you can do M.Tech in computer science. Okay, even if you are giving GATE with EE, you can apply for this particular course, and the package and the companies that come and that recruits from this particular college is also very, very good. Okay, so you can think about this option too. After that, in IIMs, there are fellowship program of management. Okay, here the eligibility to get into these fellowships are B.Tech plus GATE qualification, This course is around 4 to 5 years course. Okay. The average stipend that will be given to you will be around 25,000. Okay. Basically, it's more or less the same in all the IIMs. So this is also a very good alternate opportunity to get into the very good brand which is IIMs, and also to do a very good research work in the management. Okay. So the opportunity is also very good once you come out from these particular institutes. Okay. And then, as I have already said, that foreign institutes, for example, NSU and NTU and few German institutes also take through GATE. Okay, so you can see this. If you want to go abroad, you can just go through this particular colleges or universities. After that, so this is all about the higher studies, opportunities in higher studies that we have seen. Now we will go and see what are the opportunities for in research. Okay. So in research-based careers, basically there is a very good option which is CSIR, which is known as CSIR. Okay, in this CSIR, you can apply through this JRF. Okay, GATE. So they take as this junior research fellowship plus GATE, and then they will take an interview. Okay, they will qualify. They will select you, and then they will take an interview. And there the stipend will be around 25,000. Okay. Also, they give integrated course. For example, you'll be doing research there, as well as you will getting your M.Tech and PhD degree from this CSIR, and also the stipend will be around 28,000. Okay. So this is a good option for doing research. Okay. After that, DRDO also is a very good research option. Okay, so this is a job-based research option where you get to enter as a scientist. Okay, through GATE. Okay, also you can join in DRDO as JRF. Okay, plus GATE, but not every year. Okay, sometimes the vacancies comes out, so you have to you have to go through this DRDO and wait for the vacancies. Okay, so here also the stipend will be around 25,000 plus HR. Okay, after that comes BARC. Okay, now BARC has a very organized structure of recruiting, and it recruits every year mostly. Okay, so to get into BARC there are two ways. One way is you can qualify GATE and then go for the interview, or you can write their own exam, that is BARC conducts their own exam, and go for the interview. You will be getting the same place. Now, once you get selected into the BARC, there are again two options, that is OCES. Okay, so this OCES is a 1-year program, and they will be giving you 35,000 rupees as stipend in this particular year. And there is one more program which is called DGFS. This is a 2 years program. Okay, and here also you will be trained, and you can apply for M.Tech in some colleges. So they are packed with some of the universities where you can do the M.Tech. And here also the stipend is around 35,000. And once you get the training, okay, then they offer you scientist officer C. Okay, grade C, that is gazetted officer post. Okay, and the salary will be around the expected salary will be around 64,000 once you get that particular post. Okay, so generally the cutoff that you can expect will be around 1200 IR. Okay, if your all India rank is somewhere for general, if your all India rank is around 700, score is around 750, or your rank is around 1000 or 1200, so chances are there that you will get a call from this particular institute. But mind you, the interview in BARC is very tough. Okay, tough. Having said tough means this is a very extended basics. They check the basics in a very extended form, and sometimes the interviews stretch for more than 1 hour to around 2 hours. So if your basics are good, then definitely you are going to go through this particular interview. Okay. After that, last but not the least, let's talk about the PSUs. So there are many PSUs which are coming and joining GATE. The PSUs which generally recruit every year are, for example, generally BHEL and then Power Grid, NTPC, HPCL, IUCL, etc. So now let's have a look at the cutoff of this particular PSUs. So the highest cutoff that generally goes is for BHEL. If you see the general cutoff, that is 72.73. Now these are marks. Okay, so they give their cutoff according to marks. So here the marks is 72.73 in general for BHEL. In OBC 72.73 again. In SC and ST again it's 55.18 and 55.1. Then comes Power Grid. In Power Grid Corporation also the general is 63.18, OBC 58.67, SC and ST around 46 and 48. After that comes NTPC. In NTPC the general score, the marks is cutoff marks is 62.84 for general, 59 for OBC and 44 and 48 for SC and ST. After that comes HPCL and then IUCL. So in IUCL, you see the general marks is little bit decreased, that is 53.99, and OBC also 53.22. So that means if your marks is anywhere from 53 to 72, so chances are there that you will be getting into the interview level, and then there are PG, GD is there, okay, and PI is there. Sometimes returns are also there in some of the PSUs, okay. But the percentage of this GATE score are also different in different PSUs. For example, they will take 80% from your GATE marks, and then 20% from what you have performed in the GD and interview. Okay, it differs from PSUs to PSUs. After that comes GAIL, NPCIL, ONGC, BARC. So here you see in this PPT you can see that GAIL and NTPC, GAIL has given the rank. Okay, the cutoff last year was given in terms of rank, that is in general if your rank is around 75, then you will be getting a call, and then OBC 135, SC and ST around 1000. Okay, NPCIL, ONGC gave their cutoff in terms of GATE score, that is NPCIL was around 825, ONGC around 801, BARC also in terms of GATE score, that is 801. Okay, so in this way we got the idea that if your score is around 800, okay, or there are some other PSUs also who gives the whose cutoff will be around 750. So maximum 750. If your score is around 750 or around 850, okay, chances are there that you will be getting the call. After that, it's totally about how you perform in the interview and the GD. Okay. So we have seen, okay, we got the idea of the higher studies, of the research, based career that you can have, or the job based career. Now, what is difference between research based career and this PSU? Generally, the job in PSUs that you will be doing will be managerial job, okay, management level job. Whereas in BARC and DRDO, okay, or CSIR, the job that you will be doing is research-based job. For example, R&D jobs. Okay, this is the basic difference between working in PSU or research-based jobs. Okay, so I hope this session was useful to you. Any suggestions, any comments that you want to give, you're welcome to put forward your suggestions. Okay, so with this I conclude this particular session and wish you again, and I would like to congratulate to all those who have done good in this particular year, and for those who are not able to perform according to their goal or focus, just last thing or the final thing that I would like to say is keep trying on, things will come. Okay, so that's all. Thank you.